How's it going, my YouTube friends? Hopefully you're all having a fantastic Wednesday, as I most certainly am. It's been quite raining out, and it's been kind of not so energetic day. It's more one of those days where it's like you just want to stay inside, either be counterproductive and just watch TV or movies or YouTube all day, or as what I did some research on getting my business in a different direction at the same time as the same direction that it's at. And I left and shipped out two items. One was like a car wash thing I bought for $5. It sold for $74.79 on Amazon, so it wasn't too bad. And then another one, it was like these little sports, like they're balls that go into your shoes, and they like deodorize and make it smell nice in your shoes, like your athletic shoes, things like that. So it's like it was a real quick sale, so that was kind of nice. And then I went to my favorite consignment shop, which I did not find anything, as I usually do. But I guess it all depends on what comes in, not necessarily the day, even though that there is other resellers out there that I have to compete with. But sometimes they don't buy the same things as I, or the employees probably dropped off or just put the items on the floor right when I walk in, maybe an hour before I beat out the other resellers. So yeah, it was a pretty good day today. Again, I don't understand why YouTube's not notifying everybody that I went live, which is kind of frustrating. But again, I don't really know how to do it. I'm not really sure how to do that. I guess there's like a community tab or something that you can go in and be able to adjust that. But I do not know how to do all that stuff. I just know how to be me on camera and talk about my day and how it's been. I'm pretty sure there is a community, like some type of community thing that lets you know. I guess I don't really know. It's kind of frustrating, to be very, very honest with you, because it's like I'm over here trying my best to say hi and chat with my viewers when it's not even allowing me to get to the point of showing you all. You know what I mean? And it's just like, why is it not showing up? Why would it? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I don't get why it's not letting people know unless they're not hitting their bell notifications. But even then, it should show up in the side. So I don't know. I kind of want to wait until more people get on here to see what I got today, because I was very excited that I'm going to add this to my gaming collection. It's quite cool to find something like that, especially in that type of condition, for sure. But again, I just don't understand why it's not showing up. So I may try and start this over again to see if that's the issue. I mean, maybe it's something with my OBS, because it's saying gaming and I'm not gaming. So yeah, for those that are watching right now, good evening. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. I am trying to figure out why this is coming up like this. Like, I don't understand. Did you get my notification? Because I'm really confused why it's not showing up. And that's why I'm confused. Because it says YouTube and gaming, and that's what I'm doing. So it's primary YouTube ingest service. So, I don't know. I don't understand why it's like that, you know? I'm trying my best here. So, I'm doing good. Yes, I did. Lovely picture of the sky. Why, thank you so much. I took that myself personally, so I take 100% credit. And I thank you very, very much for that compliment, because I was out biking and I looked over the school, and as you can see in the background, you can see the water tower that's in my neighborhood. And I thought that was kind of cool to see the streaks through the sky. I mean, you see a lot of photos like that with the streaks through the sky, but yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. But I am very, very glad to hear that you got the notifications. I am in the Midwest in Missouri, very, very close to the smack dab middle of Missouri. I'm probably like 50 minutes from St. Louis. Something like that. I really hate that city. And I know a lot of people go, but that's not hometown pride. You know, I just don't like my city. I just don't. And that's how it goes. Hey, Junk Girl, yay, the notifications are working. I am very, very happy about that. 8 minutes in, the notifications are now shooting out. I just want to make sure that it's all coming up, because I'm really concerned that it might be my OBS. So, Texas got some serious weather today and yesterday, I believe. There's a guy on here from Fort Worth that was talking about how I watching that shit ain't true. Wait, what? What's not true? What it's showing, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Fort Worth, it was very, very bad storms yesterday with a lot of lightning. I was driving. Yeah, I see that. Which shit ain't true. Because I don't know. Okay, now it's saying that there's 3 people watching. I don't know. I just want to make sure that the notifications are being sent out and that people are here if they wish to. You know what I mean? At least they have the opportunity to join us or not, you know. It says 0 watching on my end. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's so weird. Oh, now I see what you're saying. 0 watching. That shit ain't true. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I'm kind of irritated with them. At the same time, I really do like YouTube, because I'm irritated because now I can't live stream on my device because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and they're saying you have to have 1,000 subscribers now to be able to stream on any device. Now I have to do it on my computer, which is not a big thing, but still, it's like I want to take my phone out. I got the notification. All right, very, very cool. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't either. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. It's just 3 on mine, and I'm on Android phone. Yeah, that's really weird. I think, Cajun, you have an iPhone. Maybe that is what matters. I don't know. I just haven't live streamed in a while, so I did it yesterday, and then I'm going to do it today. I don't know about the rest. So, yeah, it's really strange. So now 4. Okay, very cool. So I thank all 4 of you. Thank you so much for being here. That really does make my day, and it really does kind of enforce me to do more live streams, because it's like it's like people playing baseball. If nobody comes to watch the baseball games, then what's the point? I mean, they're still going to have fun. I'm still going to have fun streaming, but it's just not as enjoyable when you got a whole bunch of people that can communicate together and just have fun, you know, and just hang out. I can live stream on my device, but I don't understand limiting others. I don't either. And I think, sorry for the language, that's complete bullshit that YouTube's like, nope, sorry, you have to have 1,000 subscribers now. So then I tried to work my way around it. Instead of using the app, I opened up a browser, and brought it up that way to try and live stream, and it's like, nope, sorry, you have to actually be on a computer. And I'm like, it's so frustrating. So it's like, thanks YouTube, you guys are so great to me. But the people that truly are great to me, I should say, is my subscribers. And it says here that I have 172, which is phenomenal. That is quite a lot. It's dropped a little bit, but hey, that's what happens. People unsubscribe from you. Maybe they hit the notification. They don't like the videos that I put out or something like that. I don't really know. I don't know. I do have a video I am going to be editing very, very soon on this guy, my little camera, which is out of frame, of course. But it's like, it's so frustrating because it's like, I want a bunch of people here to hang out and to feed off each other, which would be really, really cool. But at the same time, I don't want the chaos of so much on here or the wrong type of people to be on here. And I don't know, people say work hard. Well, I don't understand the work hard part. It's like, hey, go work hard on the yard. What do you want me to do? I don't know, just work hard on it. What? That doesn't make sense. But anyways, I want to show you, I sold a $5 car wash, like that Mr. Clean magic sprayer thing. I sold that, or I bought that for $5, and then I sold it for $79 on Amazon, and then I shipped that off today, and then I went to my local consignment shop, and then I went to a Goodwill, and this bad boy was sitting right in the case, which is a little bit pricey, but it has the box, which is pretty stinking cool. I know it's upside down, but that's the price right there, $25. It was put out yesterday. So right there, $4.23. So I think that's really, really cool that I saw this here. And if you don't follow me much, I collect a lot of old school and Nintendo gaming things. If you're interested, I can show you my DS collection. It's not super good, but there is some rare ones in there. But yeah, I got this for $25. If I sell it at the lowest price on Amazon, I will make $10. So I'm not concerned about that, but I think it's really cool that it's in its own box. And I opened it up here, so it has the instruction. It has the instruction book here. And then it has the power cord, which is quite rare to find, especially a Nintendo branded power cord, which I have many of these, but it's just kind of nice that it came with it. And then came with this. It's like somebody had it and they barely played it, I guess. It has the power thing. And then over here, which I'm not going to show. Oh, I guess I can. It's really funny. Wins and losses, rock, paper, scissors. I don't understand that. But that's a heavy duty sticky note, if I didn't see one. And then you got the instruction manual, which I'm sure, like I said, if I do want to sell this, it can go for a higher price. But again, I really don't want to sell it. I bought it for me, actually, and I don't like to buy things for me, especially when I don't have much money, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? So, thank you. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the cool part yet. And then it came with a game, which I'm sure the game isn't worth that much. It's this Brain Age. And the cool thing about that is it has the booklet inside. So that kind of raises the value of it. And then The device itself, the creme de la creme. I think that's what people say. Actually, came with this photo chat. Not really familiar what this is. Photo chat. Guess you can like instant message people. Oh, you can like send photos to people. Well, that's kind of neat. It's like a show and tell with you all. Like, look what I found today at the thrift shop that I'm going to keep for myself. Yeah, this is really cool. And I guess you just finish the picture and then you can copy and morph. So you can copy the item. I don't know. I don't know why that was in there. But here's the condition of it. My goodness. Look at that. That is an amazing condition. Nintendo DS Lite, which means it's the smaller version of it. Very, very clean on the back. And then you got the place for the DS. DS's, that's very, very clean inside. Which I went out and got these air dusters. Of course, you have to be 18 to buy them. So if you're not, please don't try. But yeah, if you get 4, they're $3.50 a piece. So not bad. So, not trying to be OCD here, but yeah, I like to clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that's so clean. I've been watching this guy. His name is the Retro Future, where he takes like destroyed and nasty Game Boys and DS's and old school game systems and cleans them up and restores them. And I think that's so like, it's like ASMR type of thing for me, where it's like just enjoyable. Wow, it's finally clean. Like that was filthy. But yeah, the game's inside here. The Brain Age. Sorry, I got. Man, I'm telling you, these air dusters are freaking awesome. I just gotta find one that you can like recharge. You know what I mean? Just recharge it. Look at that condition. Oh man. Isn't that impeccable? You know the best part? It has one of these. It comes with a stylus. A lot of my thrifted items that I find do not come with the stylus, do not come with the box, do not come in very good condition, or with the charger. So this made my day. I mean, again, I'm going to be holding on to it, but it most certainly works. It's kind of hard to see with that light there. I see why it's difficult for that guy to film all his stuff. Like, and he's like, he has an over camera, like a camera looking straight down. So you see him with the camera pointing on him, and he's like sticking out like this, trying to look in the camera as he's trying to play the games. But it does look like there is photo chat on here. There's a bunch of chat rooms, which I just delete a lot of this stuff because I don't really care to be looking into what is just, it's not my business, if you get what I'm saying. But it seems to be in date actually, so it is very, very good. The time is exactly right. It's a military time. There is no name. Let's see if there's a birthday. 111. I don't know. I don't think there's no personal messages or anything like that. Let's see here. And then your favorite color, which is, it's just really cool that you can personalize things like this. You can even have an alarm clock, things like that. It's just really, really neat. And let me see. I don't know why it keeps making me shut down the whole system. But maybe I'm just not used to the DS's. But my goodness, this is shocking. It's so clean. And the touchscreen works just fine. Like everything works. You know what I mean? Oh, everything works. So this is my one that I've kind of been playing here and there. But this is the 3D. This one's actually looking for. This one's looking for downloads. Again, I like to make sure that I clean them completely out and have nothing, no reminiscences that somebody owned it. I don't want anybody's name on there. There's no addresses or anything like that, of course. But yes, this, I don't have a red one. I have a blue and a silver one. So this red one, I don't know why I get so passionate about finding these old school Nintendo. I don't think it's old school, but I get so passionate about finding Nintendo products, even though I should have bought their stocks like a month ago. But, you know, here nor there. They were at $34 a share. Now they're at $42. So, whatever. At least I bought OKTA at $56 and it's at $103. So, if you follow stocks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is the DS 3D, not the new 3D. This is just the 3D one that I wouldn't say modded, but I added this item to it. I think I thrifted this as well because I thought it was kind of cool. It's a little extra hand grip, I guess. Because us adults, you know, we got big hands, you know. We're not 10-year-olds with small hands that are able to hold on to these devices very easily. Yeah, so it's like we got these big giant hands becoming adults. And it's kind of cool. It has like a little kickstand thing. So if you want to like lean it up against something, I don't know why you would do that, but you are able to. But yeah, you can hold it very comfortably in your hands. It won't slip out because it kind of palms in there because of the little bulb-like thing. But yeah, that is the original 3DS. So I thought that was kind of cool. I just like sharing this stuff with you because I'm really passionate about it because I think it's really neat and kind of shows, you know, your old school things. And Cajun Ninja, if you're still here, let me know, and I gotta go show you something in particular because we talked about this maybe 2 months ago, and I remember I just never got back into it. Lately, just so you know, I've been playing this Madden football, which is really, really fun for some reason. I don't know why, but I've been playing this quite a bit. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I gotta charge this bad boy up. The time is wrong, and so is the date. So that's all right. I found this, I think, for $15 or so. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, I gotta show you, Cajun Ninja, something we talked about a while ago. If you do jump back in, let me know. I don't know if I can trust what YouTube's telling me, whether they're saying like 1-2 people are watching, but Cajun Ninja, let me know if you're here. I got to show you something. Let me charge this up. It's just kind of cool that I found an item that clean, and this isn't the right charger. How lovely that is not the right charger. So I guess I'm gonna have to play it on this other one. But yeah, the charger works just fine, so I'm gonna let that run. It's just really, really cool. It's just really cool that I found the box here. But I don't know if Cajun Ninja's back. I know you don't. I know you might be just listening, but I gotta know. I gotta know when you come back. Gotta show you something. 'Cause I might do a whole video about it, but again, I guess it kind of correlates to being thrifty and collecting things. And I just, I'm starting to get to a point where I'm like, I don't know if YouTube's going to take off or not. If it does, then I'll deal with it then. But right now, I'm just making videos that I like to make. I like to make my lifting videos, my cycling videos, which were actually on my second channel that I'm probably going to re-upload on this channel and put the date and say re-upload so then people know that it's an older one, and I'll say the date because I got in a bike accident and I have a video of that. I don't know if people are interested in watching it. They could be. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I thought this was really, really cool to find this. And just the game itself will sell and make me $10 profit. That's the lowest price that it goes for. I'm looking this game up right now currently. Used, I'll make a whopping $2.45 after shipping. So it's not really worth it, to be honest. So I'm not too concerned about it. I might even play it and learn something or two, because it is kind of fun, because there's a floating head guy. The floating head guy that kind of says, you keep doing it, make sure you practice every day, because we gotta get your brain balanced and brain age and get you going. So, yeah, I think that's really, really cool that is on there. I mean, I do have many, many ones of these, but it's just kind of cool that I have different colored ones. And I do need to go and get like a set of 1 or 2 of the styluses. That would be a really good idea. And of course, I'm going to get the OEM Nintendo stylus, as I actually did have them and sold them off like a silly guy. But I think that would be kind of cool to have. And then I think that'll be my live stream, because I'm just going to be on here for a little bit. I'm not doing too much unless you guys want to talk about something in particular, but I'm just thinking I might do a half an hour or so, maybe 45 minutes if it goes that far. But remember, your rock, paper, scissors. It looks like rock, paper, scissors beat scissors, rock, paper. So that makes sense, right? So remember how to play rock, paper, scissors now. So yeah, I think that was really, really cool. I might just take a little bit of my time tonight and play some games. Because yeah, you get the little booklet thing here. And it's just a little bit wrinkled, but it's no big deal, of course. I mean, some collectors don't really care about things like that. I think they mainly care about is like stickers on the back of the device. Like the registered number, I think that's what it is, the serial number. And I'm not talking Captain Crunch. And then it looks like here you get like a free issue of Nintendo Power, which I vaguely remember. This says 2007. So yes, send me a free issue of Nintendo Power. If I like it, I'll receive 11 additional issues for a total of 12 for just $19.95. That's a savings of 66%. What is that, $12 each? Cover price per issue is $4.99. Canada is US $27.95. Wow, you have to allow them 4 to 6 weeks for delivery of your first issue. That's a long time. But at least you get a bonus. What is that? The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass Strategy Guide? Special digest versions? I'm not really too sure if Zelda was that difficult to really play or not. This is kind of a cool looking device too. I think that was one of the first DSs that came out. It's kind of blocky. Yeah, it looks like it. Like one of the first ones. I think it's in Spanish. There we go. Yeah, it says sign up for My Nintendo and register for a Nintendo DS to have your name entered in a drawing to win Nintendo published DS game of your choice. You'll also receive, and then a whole bunch of stuff. So I think that's kind of cool. Registration requires your system serial number. So that's the serial number, like I was saying earlier, on the back of your devices. That's the serial number that you have. So I thought that was really, really cool that they do like registering your device and giving away some things. And they had points going on. So how many points you had on your Nintendo system, you could trade them in and cash them in for some money. It was a big thing back in like the 90s when it just started. When Nintendo started, it just took off and everybody loved it because it's very family friendly. There is a little bit of violence, but that's cartoon violence, so I guess that makes it like rated 8. People less than 8 years old were not allowed to play it or something like that. I'm not too sure because, Mario Kart is a little bit violent in the sense of you're shooting somebody, but they make it kind of more like fun-like, if that makes sense, where, if Luigi gets hit, he goes, whoa, 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 something like that. So I thought that was kind of cool that they did that. But Nintendo never really had too many like bad games in the sense of a lot of violence and blood and gore. They took games from other systems, I believe. They never made their original games very bloody and gory. What was it? Call of Duty? I think that was off of, I don't know what first system Call of Duty was on, but that one was I think the most like gory of all of them. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that that didn't start on Nintendo. I don't think that was one of those. But we all can remember, Luigi and Wario and Mario and all these guys, and they all started and they were just, lovable characters, and they really knew how to implement every single one of them without having to add more, if that makes sense. So it's like they created a cast, kind of like The Simpsons, where they had each different one had their own like lovable characters about them. Even Bowser, I think they made Bowser Jr. a little bit later, but still, it was still a lovable character because you love to hate him. You're just like, come on, Bowser, like. And then Wario, which was Luigi's arch enemy or something like that, he was still lovable as well. So it was like everybody had their own little things. You got the little dinosaur, and then you got the princess who's like, oh, look at me. And then you got the guy trying to rescue her. And then Luigi's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just brothers with this guy. So I thought that was really cool how they implemented that in their games, and then they changed their systems around and didn't do a huge tweak to the systems because they were working. I think there was one game system that they had that was just awful, but they really did fix it, and they try and make them better each one that comes out, and they really do listen to their customers, which is really, really a good idea. Because if you're not listening to your customers, then what are you doing? You're not doing anything right. Because if customers are yelling at you saying, don't make that again, don't make that again, maybe you shouldn't make that again, because they're going to be purchasing the next game console or so. And that's kind of how they did it. Like the Game Boy came out and it was hard, like it wasn't hard to see, but you had to look at it in a certain light, and I think that was really cool for the time when it came out. Then they made, I think, a Game Boy Pocket, and then a bunch of other ones right after, and then the Game Boy Color, and then they had a backlit one, Game Boy Backlit, which was kind of cool. It was Game Boy Light, Light, not Lite, and that had a backlit on it. And then I think after that was a Game Boy Advance that had the AGC, something like that, ATG 101, and that you were able to turn on a backlight that really would shine. So kids could play their games while on long road trips or different things like that. And I thought that was really neat how they could implement that. Like, I don't know what game system could have all these variety of games and yet still work. Like, I have Brain Age here, and that's Brain Age 2, which is kind of cool. And then, of course, they used the Star Wars, which was everywhere. And then they worked well with Disney. And then cooking ones, and then Speed Racer, and then Animal Crossing. And then the franchise really worked well with Mario, where Mario, of course, we all know the Super Mario Brothers games, and then the Mario Kart games, which I actually have 2 of those, Nintendo 3DS games, and then Super Smash Bros., which is just genius to take all the different Nintendo characters, specifically Nintendo characters, and clash them into one, and kind of just make them fight each other. So it's like, hey, you guys go fight it out. It's no big deal. And then I have like a Super Mario 3D Land, which I have not played yet, but it does seem really, really cool. I bought it because it is rare. Same thing with this Star Fox 64 3D. Star Fox was another really big hit that people liked because they went from like Mario Go-Kart with sitting down and being in a vehicle of some sort on the ground, racing in that sense, to let's just put them up in the sky. Let's make them, I guess the one character's name was like Piggy or something like that, and then a frog and a fox, and it was just kind of like a bunch of farm animals, which was really strange, and that they're all talking to each other. They had that game going, and then Donkey Kong. Resident Evil, I think, was the only one that was a little bit graphic, but that's from Capcom. So there you go, it's Capcom, not necessarily from Nintendo as the original. And then one of my favorite games is this Mario Tennis Open. Like, ooh, I am so good at that. I don't know why. I just really like it. So from Capcom Resident Evil to Ubisoft, Ubisoft, Ubisoft. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Tom Clancy's, Ghost Recon came out. But the only issue is that they had with these first-person shooter games is that they didn't have a C-stick. So they didn't have that little stick up here, and they didn't have this down here. You know what I mean? So this would be your other stick that you would have to look around and move your camera. So you would move this, move the character to walk a certain way, and to move the camera, you had to use this. I'm sure that you're able to go into the settings and say, hey, can you have the camera follow me? That would be kind of cool, because then that would work a lot easier, you know what I mean? Instead of having to do that. But again, after the customers, the consumers, played these games for quite a while, they decided, okay, well, let's make a new one, and let's call it the new 3DS XL. So this was the regular 3D. Yeah, I can't think right now. It was the original Nintendo 3DS. Then the Nintendo 3DS XL came out, and that's the point that they put the C stick, which was a lot easier. It's still uncomfortable, but it's a lot better than having to use the buttons here to change the angle of the camera. This device was like back from, if you remember the 90s, that they used this little thing on the it was one of those computers, and this was their mouse. I had to go for a few. Did everyone leave? I think they did, but I'm just going to keep talking to myself. Every once in a while I look up and I see that there's 3 people and then they all leave. So I don't know. I think this is kind of therapeutic that I talk about these games. If people want to come in and hang out, that's really cool and talk. But half the time people come into my chats and then they leave right away because I'm not talking about things that interested them. And that's okay because, hey, that's all right. I'm not forcing people to stay here. But I do appreciate you hanging out with me, Junk Girl, and conversing with me and listening to my passion about this game. This game's like this. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think it was really cool how they just made everything work. The only thing that was kind of weird is that their chargers were different. Like the 3D charger is a lot different than the DS. I know what you're saying. I appreciate that. I'm glad someone knows what I'm saying. It's hard to understand what I'm saying when I don't even understand what I'm saying when I'm saying it. Did you follow? If you did, then you really, really, really know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm going to charge these up. I thought that it's just phenomenal to find something like that. That's just, oh, so cool. And then I found some chargers as well. And it's like, I don't want to get rid of things. And people are like, you're a hoarder. I'm like, I'm not a hoarder. I hold on to chargers for a reason because what if I get that camera? What if I get that particular camera? You know? I hold on to these batteries. Well, why would you hold on to all those batteries? Well, because what if I get a camera? And right there is a camera that takes this battery and will make me $40, and I spent $6 on it. So it's like, I guess I should take that with a grain of salt when people say, hey, you're a hoarder of chargers and cables and stuff like that. But then at the same time, I don't want to have to go online, buy the chargers, buy the batteries to test the item only to find out it does not work. I know for a fact that my batteries work because I get them, you know what I mean? Have you found any new cameras or good electronics lately? Well, I haven't really gone sourcing in a while, but that was the biggest electronic lately, and I got that today, which was this guy. I already showed you, of course. Woo, so clean. Ooh. I did find some cameras and a remote, which I might just keep again, even though I know that sounds like hoarding, but it's not. I need to find somebody that knows a lot about old school cameras, because this does not open all the way. So if anybody is watching me, please help me. Please. If you're going to do anything for my channel, please just help me with this guy, because I don't know how to get this unstuck, because you're supposed to prime your film and this is supposed to come all the way out and like wind your film, so it's going to go tick, 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 and then you push it back and then you click, but it's not doing that, and it's really frustrating because I open it up and maybe it's a battery thing. I mean, I don't know. That's what it looks like on the inside. I need to take it to my local camera shop, which sadly closed down right close to me, so I have to drive like maybe 40 minutes out. But 3 good things if I go to that camera shop. I can't. I'll get to that question in 1 second. 3 good things going to that camera shop is 1, to get it looked at to see how to fix it. 2, I love boba tea, and there is a really, really good Chinese place that has boba tea, and it's good food. And then the other, well, I guess 4. And then there's a South Korean market that's really cool that has mochi. I really love mochi because I'm gluten intolerant, so it's like I can't tolerate gluten, and idiot intolerant, but that's here nor there. And I like to go there and get their mochi that has red bean paste in it. Oh, so good. And then they have like an egg sushi roll, which I don't know if I should trust it, but they say it's fresh, and I've eaten it, and I never got sick. And thank you for the smile for that joke. I appreciate that you catch and that you follow along, because I put some quirky things in some of my videos that no one notices, because I guess they just don't notice it. I don't know. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I notice the quirky things that they do, because once you start filming, you can really notice it. And then the 4th one, I caught it. Well, thank you. The 4th one would be, is there is a Savers in that area that I can probably head out to, which is like 5 minutes on the street. Back to your original question, have I tried putting film in it? I cannot. That's the issue. It will not prime. It will not turn. So my guess is it's either the battery is dead, and I don't know if I have the right battery, which I normally have a lot of batteries of all sorts of weird kinds, like 123A and C and stuff like that. But yeah, when you put a battery in it and you close it, it normally, you hear it vzz, even though that there's no film. So it's, I don't know, I just can't prime it. And I don't know if I pressed all the buttons at the same time. And I don't want to break it, because I found out the body of this, it's the Minolta X700 MPS. The body is worth like $60, $70, and I don't want to break it out of frustration. I looked at the glass, which I call it glass. That's what photographers call it, but it's the lenses of these devices. This goes maybe $20. Not a whole bunch, but it's still good. It's not like the best of the best. It's a macro lens. It's not a micro lens. So the difference is the macro lenses are just like the basic lens of like me looking, using my eyesight as an open eyesight, if that makes sense. And then you get the micro lenses, and that's more of a zoom in, and called the pretty lens is what a lot of people call it. And it makes things look super good. Sadly, I do not have one for my mirrorless camera here. That would be fantastic. That would be awesome. I still want to try and like do a video where I can get like my camera looking down and maybe showing some gameplay. But I don't know. Again, it's just I want to do what I want to do. Yes. So I don't know. I got to figure this out. It's just kind of frustrating that I can't get it to work. And normally I get these things to work. Either I get them to work, or I figure out that they're completely trash and broken. But that's the weird thing. I don't think this is trash and broken, because it looks good. It even has that plastic on the bottom, as you can see. Like, no one took that plastic off. So it's just so frustrating to go, I don't want to throw it out. I think I only spent like $15 on this, which is a lot, I guess you can say. But at the same time, when it sells for 60 to 80, which is why I bought it, it's like, oh man, I can't just do that. I can't throw it out. It came with a flash, which selling it as a whole package isn't really a good idea. But speaking of battery packs, I got this bad boy. and I always leave them in there so I know exactly which one it is, and it's kind of cool because they're very foldable. You can throw them in your bag and not have to worry about these little things snagging on something. And I think that's really cool that they made something like that, and that it still works. Like, I don't know how they manufactured something like that to make it work. Maybe it's something with the metal inside. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to appreciate it. So, yeah, I think that was really, really quite interesting. So I'm just going to be on here for about an hour. So about 8 more minutes. I'm just kind of yammering because I don't really know what else to talk about. I'm just really stoked that I found this in such a fantastic condition. Like I said once, if I see the Cajun Ninja back in my stream, I gotta show him something that's really cool that we talked about, and all of you all too. It would be kind of cool. I'm super excited for this weekend. Oh no, that's not good. That's gonna rip off that paint. But I am super excited for this weekend that's coming up because I think Friday is a citywide garage sale, something like that. I'm going to check that out. I'm not sure what time it's at. It's probably at like 6 o'clock, 4:30 maybe, like the preview, because it's 2 or 3 days long. But the best time to go is right at the beginning so you can snag everything before anybody else gets it. But then again, at the same time, if you go early, not all their stuff is put out yet because there's not enough space maybe. I need to check out some garage sales. Yeah, it's getting that time, and I am stoked. I am not only excited for garage sales on this season, but to get outside. I've been running and biking, and I just went on a 2-mile walk. Like I use Strava, which is, it like tracks your miles of biking, hiking, running, whatever it may be, activities, and I have done 103 miles for this month. So 24 days. In that time, I did 103 miles. A lot of those times were biking 20, 25 miles. I never hit my 30-mile mark yet. Hopefully soon. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think that's really a big passion of mine, to get out there and just do my cardio in the sense of biking. Running is fun, but you just don't go as far and you don't get to see as much things. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. That's like you get in your car and you only drive 2 miles just for a scenic drive. You're not gonna see much stuff. I love to go for walks. Yeah, it's quite peaceful. It's relaxing. It clears your mind. As for those that don't know, I have been looking into drop shipping, and it's kind of frustrating on how to start up into it. But I know once you really get get a hold of it, you can really make some good money. So how that correlates to the walking is, it's just kind of jumbling up my brain. So it's like, just go for a walk, relax a little bit, open up my mind, and just breathe and enjoy the weather, enjoy the birds. Even though it's kind of misty out, I took the umbrella out, and again, I walked those 2 miles. I'm not gonna stop. So it's like, I just had to get outside. I get that pent up frustration of, oh man, I've been inside this whole time, and I'm just, I gotta go do something. And today's normally my day off the gym, so I didn't go to the gym. Yesterday I did back, so my back's a little bit sore, but I'm not doing super heavy things like that. I'm doing sets of 6, and then I just stop and move to the next exercise, because I really don't want to tear my body down, because I want to work out the next time and as efficiently as I can the next time. So I think that goes for a lot of people that might be looking into going to the gym for the first time or exercising, as in running or lifting weights in general. It's best to do work. I mean, get a good sweat, get a good exercise going, but don't overdo it, because if you do, then you're just going to be super sore. You're not wanting to go back. You're just going to go, man, this sucks. But if you do it enough and you're a little bit sore, at least you can still go again, and maybe not as intense as that last time. So if a sets of 6 really made you sore that day, go back the next time and maybe do sets of 8 of the same weight or something like that. Like there's a bunch of science behind it, but nobody has time to just sit down and learn the science of how to exercise. The average person really doesn't care. Average person just wants to get in there. What do I do? How do I lose weight? How do I gain strength? Things like that. Yes, good advice. Makes sense. Thank you. Yeah, I think so. Oh, excuse me. I think so too. I mean, it just makes... I try and use logic with a lot of it. And I have to give credit to the world's strongest man, Eddie Hall. He was talking about it in one of his videos. And he goes, he never had coaches. He never paid anybody to teach him how to do this. He never had eating coaches or things like that. He just ate whatever he could eat, and got big and strong. But a lot of us aren't like that. But he said to gain strength is, go in, do your 6 reps, really, really hard. You really concentrate on the exercise. If you hit only 5, then that's 80% of your max. And then move on to the next one, and don't lower the weight and work out with that, because your body will remember the last weight that you just did. So then you move on and you do more of like 8 to 12 reps or so, and really concentrate on that exercise and really break down the muscles. So then you become stronger the next time that you go into the gym. So if you do your upper body, then maybe the next day do your lower body, and then the next day do your arms, and then maybe the next day do cardio, something like that. Like it just, the common sense is, don't overwork your body and give it time. And really, I think the thing is about exercising is it really keeps you at one in peace with your body, and you're able to understand your body more, and what your body needs and what your body doesn't like, necessarily, like with food and things like that. So it's like, if you know your body very, very well, and you eat certain foods and you see how your body reacts to it, then maybe you shouldn't be eating that foods, and try and not eat that. Like the logic and the sense of it is, well, I ate 5 donuts and I had bathroom problems the next day. Well, maybe your body's telling you shouldn't eat those donuts. You shouldn't be eating that. But it's so good. But that's where you become one with your body, and your mind becomes stronger than the cravings that you have for such foods that are destroying your body. Not necessarily just bad foods and junk food. Let's go with like the healthy aspect. Bananas are healthy for you, but if you eat bananas and you break out in hives, maybe your body's telling you shouldn't be eating bananas because you're breaking out in hives. Even though, like I said, it is a healthier, it's a healthy fruit to consume. Still, your body enough to go, okay, I shouldn't consume this, so I'm not going to. I'll go with an apple. I'll go with kiwi. I'll go with something else. I'll go with grapes or something like that. How's it going, Alicia Joyce? Hopefully you're doing well. And hopefully you got notifications. I was talking about that earlier. But that's just my 2 cents on, exercising and just knowing your body. You don't have to be the top of the top. And I think the worst thing is people compare themselves to others. And I don't think that's right. The only time that you should compare yourselves to others if you're in competition. And that should only stay as the competition. If you're going into a bodybuilding competition, you're going to compete and compare yourself to that guy or that girl and go, okay, I'm competing against them. I'm sizing them up in a sense. I'm good. Just got home from my day. Went to the dawn service for Anzac Day. Paid my respect. Forgive me, I don't understand what Anzac Day is. Please forgive me, I don't know. But I'm glad that you're having a good day. I mean, I can look it up, but I would rather hear you say it, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. I mean, go for a walk. 2 miles isn't that much. I mean, you're going to be tired, but isn't that good to be tired and go to bed and sleep? I think that's the ideal way to do that, you know what I mean? And get tired. Get tired. I don't get tired. I got 6 jobs. I don't get tired. Right? Right? Kevin Gates? No Kevin Gates fans here? Okay, fine, whatever. I'll be here all night. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. I think that's a very, very simplistic way of thinking about health. In Australia and New Zealand, the day on which the Anzac landing at Gallipoli in 1950 is annually commemorated, 25th of April. Which the Anzac landing, and then you said paid your respects. Was there something bad that happened? I am so uncultured. I am so sorry. And Anzac landing. Yeah, I am so sorry. I'm not that guy on Jeopardy. Have you seen Jeopardy lately? There's a guy named James Holzhauer, and he was actually on a show called The Beast against a Englishman, and he beat him 26 questions to 6 or something like that. Just destroyed him. I think he made $33,000 that day. So then he practiced Jeopardy wearing the same shoes and practicing the buzzer. And it's that buzzer that really can make you win the game, because you got to hit it right at the right time, and you practice that buzzer thing. And I mean, of course, you got to know the answers, but you got to know the answers really quick. Like hit the buzzer and then know the answer, or prior or opposite. He's already at a 14-day total or so of $1 million. Like, that's insane. Ken Jennings, I think, had 74 days, and I think he won $3 or $4 million. But that's 74 days. This guy's at 14 days and already at $1 million. Double that up, he's at 2. And then another 15, so 45 days, he could be at $3 million, as Ken Jennings was at 4 million, 3 or 4 million in 75 days. So it's like, oh man, that's nuts. You're going to have someone smarter than this James guy to beat him. And to be honest, I don't want anybody to beat him, because he's so entertaining. He's so interesting. And like his career, he's a sports bettor. So he moved from Illinois out to Las Vegas, and he bets on sports, and I guess he makes a decently good living on it. He's just very, very intelligent. And I guess he uses that intelligence for his gambling too. He said a funny story that he was in a casino with his dad as a young boy. I think he was 8 years old or so. And his dad's like, well, gambling's really bad, son, so watch this. So he took a dollar coin, put it in the machine, and wanted to say, well, look, you can lose money like that. And he put the dollar in the machine, played the game, and then won $7. So then he kept playing the game until he lost it all. And he's like, well, see, you can lose. And Alex Trebek was like, well, it doesn't look like he really taught you much on that one, huh? And he's like, no. ANZAC stands for Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. Okay, very cool. That's cool then. So that's when they landed, I guess, to help you. So that's really cool. The respects to the military. Okay. It's about it's about the war. It's all good. I had family involved. I'm sorry to hear that. But that does make sense. I guess that's like our Pearl Harbor. So it's like a lot of other countries know a little bit or heard of Pearl Harbor, but I mean, it's it touches more of uh, the country that it happens at, and we kind of learn about it in school. As in our schools, we never learn about any other cultures besides our own, because I guess ours is because we're so supreme, which is I think is complete bullshit. I think nobody's supreme, and I think that all countries should learn other countries' cultures, even though that we may not go over there or travel or visit or something like that. But still, I've always respected England and all of Europe and Australia because I always thought going to Australia would be really, really fun. So I realized that all your animals there will kill you. Like, besides the roos, the kangaroos. But I do like the accents and the the lingo. Like we call flashlights flashlights, and then you call them torches. My grandmother, my great grandmother, or grandfather, arm blown off in the war. I was just paying respect. Grandfather got his arm blown off. Respect for the fallen. That's very, very honorable of you. That is very, very cool that you are able to do that too. Some people are not able to do that. And your grandfather risked his life for your well-being, I believe. And I think the military deserves that. I mean, they get a bad rep, just like police. Well, our police. I don't know your police. I think our generation should know our history. It's sad to be honest. Yeah, I think they do. I think we need to know our history and we need to really understand it. I mean, shoot, we had somebody walking on one of our beaches here interviewing them and they said, "How many stars do we have on the American flag?" And they're like, 10." It should be a natural response for Americans that have lived here to say 50. I have respect for our police force. Yeah, I do too, but there's always those bad ones. Just like in politics, just like grocery stores, just like businesses. There's always that bad one that makes it look so bad for the rest of them that you're just like, come on, man. Come on, that doesn't make sense. That's not right. And it's just frustrating because the police work really hard. And I think like 80% of our police force have never drawn their gun or shot it outside of training. But it's that 20% that do, and maybe they don't mean to. For example, we had a story of two people shoplifting, like pushing their carts out of our local grocery store. And it was a big mess. And one fell, and then the other one ran outside and then tripped. And then a worker tried to help that lady up, and then the lady punched the worker. And then a female police officer tried to stop this woman too. So then it got out of hand. So then the female police officer took out her service weapon and shot her in the torso. She survived, but it's like it got out of hand. And the weirdest thing is, there's some countries that do not have active bullets. They don't have bullets. They have tasers. And I think that's England, or is that Australia? You'd have to let me know, Alicia, if your police only have tasers, not active round bullets in their guns. Because I know some of them have rubber bullets, which hurt, but it does not kill. Like, it won't penetrate. I agree. It makes the others look bad. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I saw some video of they carry loaded guns. Okay, so then it must have been some other country that had um some other country that had uh like two people in the gas station or something like that, and they're trying to stop them, and they didn't they couldn't stop him. Like, they tased him, and the guy's like getting tased, but he's still able to walk away. And it's like, when people are on drugs, tasers don't stop them. I mean, some of them. I don't know what else does. I That's the concern. Maybe there should be like a certain type of weapon that can stop somebody that's, tripping on one of those hardest drugs. That I think meth is one of them, that it's hard to stop them from running away, and they're just superhuman strength and they just don't stop. Or PCP, or some terrible drug that's out there. And it's like, how are these police officers able to stop somebody that's the Hulk? Like, literally, they are the Hulk. They are using 120% of their muscle strength to run away and push you away and hit you. And it's like, my taser's not working. My mace isn't working. What else do I have? We have 5 officers holding them down. What else can we do? They are trying to hurt us. I've seen a video of a black male, big man. He was using force. Cops tased him. Only opinion they had, he was fried on drugs. Yeah. And that's the scary thing, is they can keep moving. The sometimes tasing doesn't stop. I mean, I don't even know. Yeah. Only option they had was tased him. Only option they had was, right. Yeah, so it's like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I mean, I'm not a police officer, so I can't talk out of that. But I mean, if somebody was running after me and I saw 6 police officers, big police officers, holding down a 120-pound guy or 60-pound kilo guy, gotta help you out, Alicia. I think it's 60 kilo. I think it's 60 kilos. Give me 1 second. Gotta put my cat outside. Yeah. Oh, you want to say hi? Okay. Okay. Well, we'll say hi first. We'll say hi. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Keekers. Say hi. Say hello. You're not gonna talk? No. You want foodies? No. No foodies. Just out. Stop holding me. No. Look how cute she is. Whoops. Sorry, headphone users. But that's the Keekers. Gotta put her outside. Sorry for dropping the mic there. I agree. He was hyped up and got super strength. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's very true. I think that's PCP. Hey, Arcade Chaos. How's it going? Yeah, isn't she cute? Thank you so much. Yeah, she's an old lady. Oh, my goodness. I think she's almost 17. 16, 17. She's so old, but so cute. She's so pathetic at times. She eats 4 times a day. We don't want her to be a free feeder because she'll just keep eating. But she's so lovable and cuddly. I'm just so... I got stuff in my face. My eyes. I never thought that I would be a cat person, but... Oh my god, that's old, isn't it? Yeah. She's very old, I guess. But her breed lives to be like 20, 22 years old. So she's still trekking. And I know it's going to devastate me more than. I mean, I'm sure people have had animals for as long as that, and it devastates them when they pass away. So it's going to really devastate me, and I'm going to try not to close down, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't want to see, but it's inevitable. Good. What did I miss? Well, you missed a lot. I talked about fitness, and then Alicia and I were talking about like police and things like that. And then I found this gem, a Nintendo DS for $25, which I think in Australian money that would be what, 18 pounds? I think it's fun trying to translate money and weight for Alicia. I had to put my cat Bandit to sleep about 5 months ago. Yeah, he was 20 years old. I miss him. I remember you telling me that. I do. Yeah, that's I think roughly that's the later age of cats. Like that's the prime. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like that's a good. Am I interrupt? No, there's no private chats. Nope. You can look back through the chats and you can chime in or not. My streams are just all over the place. I went from thrifting to fitness and health to military to cats. So 20 is like the premium age. I guess that makes sense. Because most cats live to be about 15, 16. But when they make it 20, that's really, really good. A lot of dogs barely make it to 13 or 14, depending on the dogs. If they're big dogs, they don't live that long. If they're those little tiny Shih Tzus and itty bitty dogs, they live about 14, 15 years old. But the big dogs, I just don't understand why it's like that. But I guess they get more problems, especially purebred dogs. My golden retriever that we had was purebred, and she lived to be like 11, and then my other two dogs lived to be like 13, 14. Well, Panda has a unique story, and met him the very first day, and asked girlfriend's aunt, got him an apartment present. It went from her to her sister to her sister's daughter. What do you mean? Panda? What? And then he went to me after. And then he went to me after a hard life in Rochester, and I had him the last couple years of his life, but I knew him his whole life. Not Panda Bandit. I gotcha now. Okay, so your cat went from. I'm really slow tonight. So you met him, and then he like girlfriend's aunt, apartment present, and then sister to her and sister's daughter. Yeah, so that, I mean, you know the cat. I mean, it's gonna suck. But I've known my cat since she was 8 months old. I mean, again, it's not a pissing contest. So it's not like, well, I know my cat longer. No, I don't think that matters either way. You can know an animal for 4 years, 4 months, 4 days, and still be destroyed at their passing. And it's like, it's not easy. And that's how it goes for a lot of animals. And shoot, that's how it goes for people too. Because if you lose an animal, that's like the same grieving process as losing, a loved one, and it still hurts. And I think we got to think of it. We can't be so spoiled. Dare I be so blunt? We can't be spoiled about being upset about losing an animal because we want them. when the animal is probably like, I had my time here. I need to go. I'm very, very sick. There's nothing to do about it. I need to go. And us as humans go, no, no, we're being selfish. And the thing is, we cannot be selfish as humans, even though it's in our nature to be. But it's really difficult to just not be selfish and go, okay, my animal's sick. They need to go. They're hurting, and there's nothing we can do about it. If we give them pain medicine, it's just going to alleviate for a little bit, but they're still going to have all these issues. So he got his name Bandit at an early age because as a kitten, he was stealing his owner's weed. That's freaking awesome. I love that. It's always interesting how our animals get their names. I really don't know how my cat got her name. My sister named her. You got to remember one thing. I use speech to text, and it's wacky. Yeah, I remember that. I remember. I got confused real quick at that panda, but I get what you're saying. But yeah, for sure, it's like, the weird thing is I try and use speech to text when I'm on a stream or I'm watching somebody stream, but their voice and the words that they're saying on the stream influence the talk to text. So it's like, what the heck is going on? How do I? So hey, you got it working, man. You got it working better than me. No, I'm just saying every time I went over to my friend's house, he would come over and just love all over me. He was the best tiger cat. He was huge. Oh, yeah. Isn't there what are those cats? There's really monster cats that they're like 25 pounds or something like that. They're just monster, but they're the sweetest things. And I think cats have been domesticated for a very long time. But I forget all the aspects about cats and dogs. And cats hear their name, they know their name, but they don't respond. They don't want to. Unlike dogs, where you call their name and they're like, "What's up? What? What's up? Hi, I'm here." And you're like, "Geez, I was just talking about Grandpa." Well, that's your dog's name, Grandpa. I've seen that before. I actually was at the dog park with a friend the other day. And she has a dog named Luna that is a baby husky, a puppy husky, cutest little thing. And then she has another one named Lucy, and then I forget the other one. That's a cute little pug. Always reminds me of Men in Black. So cute. The Men in Black pug that would talk. He would smoke cigars and things like that. It was so funny. But as we're there, I hear somebody yell out, "Donut. Come here, Donut." I'm like, "Donut? What are you talking about?" And someone goes, "Donut Sprinkles." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so funny. That's really, really clever." Sprinkle, Donut Sprinkles. Oh my goodness. We gotta take Donut to go Sprinkles. Donut Sprinkles, let's go. I thought that was so funny. So clever, all these names that people have. Some of them, there are a lot of human names out there, and then they put weird names that they Fido and Bebo and a bunch of different names. My cat's name is Keekers. That's a weird name, but her nickname is Kiki. So, hey, to each their own. My dog's name was Slayer Sabbath and Kona Bud. Coda Bud. Very nice. Slayer. Oh, man. Slayer Sabbath. Slayer is a really good band that I think they're still around today. His name was Genghis? I think I said that right. I struggle with reading. I know. I struggle with reading, but I don't struggle with working out and riding a bike. Give me a bike all day and I'll go until I'm I think I'm dehydrated. And then people are like, "Yeah, I think you are." And then I'd be like, "Okay, 2 more miles." I'm that guy. It's not good. I just hope I'm not found dead on the side of the street going, oh man, Joe, why didn't you just drink more water? You're so frustrating. Ah. Oh, Genghis. Gotcha, Genghis. Genghis Khan, he was named after. He was a warrior, I believe. A Chinese warrior, I think. Big guy, something like that. So it's kind of interesting to know all that. I am going to get off of here in about 3 minutes because I've been on here an hour and a half, which I really do appreciate coming on here and saying hi to everybody. I just want to make sure that the notifications are working, and it looks like they are because some people are saying that they are. For those that are here watching, remember, if I do a live stream, it's at 9:30. I'm very bad with schedules. So I don't want to do them every day because when I did it every day, I kind of got burnt out because I didn't have a topic to talk about. It's not as easy as if I was playing a video game. You know, if I was playing a video game, I could play a video game 3-4 hours easy and talk to you guys. You know what I mean? Like I could be playing and be entertained myself as entertaining you all, but I'm just sitting here talking, and I think that's a little more difficult if you think about it, because you see a lot of streamers, they're not just sitting and talking. They're actually playing games, they're actually interacting with something and their audience. And I think that's really, I think that says a lot about somebody if they can just sit in front of a camera and just talk and try and be as entertaining as they can. Because I've seen some, like I said, they do reaction videos and they do playthrough games and things like that, and they get views and they talk and have a fun time. But I think it's really difficult to just sit and just talk and talk and talk, and sometimes it just gets boring and I say the same things over and over. Well, just tell us what you like talking about, your likes and dislikes, and we can chat about them next time. I'm open to anything. My top 3 is video games, like old school Nintendo stuff, exercise of any sorts. I'm interested in playing tennis and hiking and anything like that, and thrift shops and cameras and things like that. So I'm just open about anything. I'm able to talk about anything, and I'm willing to learn about something. So whatever your all passions are about, I would love to learn. I'm not here for you to watch me. I'm here to learn about you as you learn about me. And that's how I want my channel to be. Because I get so tired of these big channels where it's like, look at me, look at me. Hey, I don't read your comments. No, I read all your comments. Even live streaming, I try and read every single comment. So it's like, I want to learn you, and I want to shout you out, and I want other people to know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, seriously recommend watching M. Night Shyamalan's trilogy of movies, Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. I don't want to give nothing away. I've seen Unbreakable, never seen Split, and Glass is the newer one of Unbreakable. It's like the sequel to something like that. So I really do like Unbreakable. That was with the guy from Pulp Fiction. I can't think right now. But I am probably going to call it a night. It's hard to find the end because I can just keep talking. I wonder how a live stream visit to a thrift store would turn out. You have done them before. I did one before, but here's the issue. YouTube, with their lovely policies, changed the policies that I cannot live stream off of my device, my mobile, my phone, unless I have 1,000 subscribers. They changed that policy now. I even try it, and it's like, sorry, you cannot live stream. And I'm going, what the heck is this? So I would love to take you all along. I have before, and to show everything that's there and talk about it and things like that. And I'm not afraid of the the music in the background, I don't really care. I'm not even close to 1,000 to be monetized, so it's like I'm not worried about that. But here's the weirdest thing. I saw one reseller who has like 2,500 subscribers. 2,500 subscribers, and he barely has 11,000 view hours or minutes. Are you kidding me? I don't even have 200 subscribers, and I have 16,000 view minutes. So I guess I have better quality or more videos that people are interested in watching. And this guy's just getting a free handout from another big YouTuber to go, here's 1,000 subscribers. Here's 2,000. You can just have 10% of mine. I have 50,000. Here's some. I don't really care. And that's so frustrating because I'm over here going, man, I find that I think I have better quality content, more of a variety of content, and I do live streams on top of it. And this guy doesn't do any of that. So it's just so frustrating. Ugh. That would be cool because of someone in the live chat seeing something they liked and you had to look to pick it up and sell it to him for a profit, and that would be cool. Honestly, I would just sell it at cost and shipping. So if somebody sees a really cool hat and I'm streaming, they say, I like that hat. Well, I'll ship it to you. I buy the hat for $3. It costs $4 to ship it. You send me $7 through PayPal or something like that, and then I'll ship it to you. You know, very, very good. Yeah, with Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis, I feel you. I'm getting beat myself, and have a good night. See you next time. Yeah, fuck YouTube. I'm right there with you. It's just so frustrating. I get so far in getting here, and I got up to 174 subscribers, and then it only drops me back down to 2. So it's like I have good quality people that are subscribed, but at the same time, many of them keep unsubscribing, and it's like, stop doing that. Just help me. Help. I'm not good with social media either. I don't know how to get a following, so it's like, I just do this for fun. I gotta make some sales. I gotta make some money. You know, YouTube's just a very side project. They're cheating somehow. Absolutely they are. And I think the big YouTubers are paying for bots. And I just saw a video on Smarter Every Day, which is a YouTube channel. And on Facebook, there is people that are hacking fake accounts and able to get in there and say, hey, this is so-and-so with 4 million subscribers, and just start flooding different YouTube things because somebody's like, I'll pay $3,200 for all your bots to be on Facebook to give me all the likes in the world and make me look good, because psychologically, if I have more likes, more people are drawn to those likes and will believe the information that's on there. How's it going, my Can't Game? I haven't been on your channel in a while, so I apologize. I try my best. I'm just so frustrated with YouTube and trying to get all this stuff sold, and I'm trying to do a new endeavor of drop shipping on my channel, so I apologize for that. I will be tuning in as much as I can, of course, so I try and give you that love with the thumbs up. And my Discord, I apologize with that. I got kind of fed up with it on my notifications popping up on my phone, so I guess I disabled that, which was foolish. I did that with Poshmark too, because I got a $45 sale on Poshmark that I missed at the beginning of this month, and it canceled on me. So yeah, it's a little frustrating with that. Don't worry about it. You do what you need to do to grow. Yeah, dude, it's hard out there. I know, it's not easy, man, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love YouTube and videos and seeing different stuff, but come on, we can't lie to answer our phones. That's all I have. Yeah, that I absolutely agree. I mean, YouTube it's flawed and it's good at the same time. Same thing with Facebook. Hey, Crispy, how's it going tonight? Yeah, I get what you're saying. Arcade Chaos, YouTube. Buildables here, man. I haven't seen you in forever. Pokemon Nick, I haven't seen in forever either. I know he's been very, very busy with a lot of things. It's like springtime hits, and it's like, all the winter things where we usually can stay inside, eat our bonbons. I don't even know what a bonbon is, but there's a song about it. Chitty chitty bonbon. Anyways, and we get in that rhythm, and then now it's nicer out. We have, we go outside and do things. You just said it, 100 subscribers. Very, very cool. But he also works a lot after school. Yeah, I think he works some type of food industry or something. Hey, Adderall Gaming. I think I'm saying that right. Ryal Gaming. Very, very cool that you're joining me tonight. I appreciate that. I was just about to leave, but Mike, I know how it is when you're like, your views go down and you're like, I'm about to leave. I'm getting tired. Then you get that burst of a whole bunch of people on here and chit-chatting with you, and you just kind of don't want to leave. I mean, not just because of the people, but you get what I'm saying. It's like, man. Wait a minute. I just figured out how they're doing it. Someone told me forever that he's been making YouTube channels, getting tons of subscriptions somehow. They're selling them to people, and then they are buying, those are sub bots, and it's on the black market type of thing, like the black web, the dark web. And then they change the name and make it into their own channel, and they got all these subscriptions. That's got to be how they're doing it. That is how they're doing it. That's how they're doing it on Instagram as well. They find live people, they hack into their accounts, they then bump the people that are of that account out, so then they can't change, like they change all the information real quick, and then that's how they're doing it, as terrible as it is. I dropped the link in Discord. Yeah, I just now got Discord up here. I will have to re-upload it on my phone so I don't be a bum, I guess you can say. But yeah, I will check that out. YH? Why you dropped here? Oh, the deep web. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. Whew! My goodness, you must be in Europe. Europe somewhere. England? That would be cool if you're in England, because I watch a lot of English YouTubers. Killam is one of them. Oh, I get you now. You dropped my YouTube in the Discord. I gotcha. So, man, that's why I'm going to get flooded with a bunch of people now, huh? YH is the new, yeah. Oh my goodness. I can't keep up with these young kids, man. I live in England! Yeah, that's awesome. Greninja, what's happening, man? Dude, England is really, I think it's really cool. I just woke up. Yeah, 5 a.m. That's super early. I'm sure you've heard of Killam. Killam for the win. One of my favorite YouTubers of all time. I've been following him since 400,000. He's at like 2.3. And for chat, Hunter has already figured out my language. It's speech text. Yeah, I'm learning, man. Any epic finds? Cameras. Mainly cameras. And I got this today. And it was $25, a little pricey, but it came with Brain Age 2, which I have the first one for some reason. And it came with a charger, which is phenomenal. But look at the quality of this thing. Look how clean it is. I mean, little fingerprints, but look at that. Super clean. Nice, especially with box. Yeah, I mean, the lowest price on Amazon, I will make a profit of $10, but I'm not going to sell it. I've been playing on my 3DS. It looks very clean. It is. I got so excited about seeing that. Got my 3DS here. I went through a lot of my collection, and it turns out I have 2 GameCubes, 2 N64s, 3 N64 Mario Karts, 1 in SNES Mario Go-Kart, because I was Go-Kart then. It's just nuts, man. And then I found my Linux 2 that was in there. And I have 2 Game Boys, and it's just crazy, man. Crazy. Boxes for Nintendo DS are hard to come by because most kids had them. Yeah, and they just threw them away or they destroyed them. And this one's in not a bad condition. I started taking off that tape there, and it started pulling up the plastic. So I'm going to have to get either a hairdryer or something like that to take the plastic off these wafers. Since I'm a reseller, I have those wafers on right here. I just make sure it's not make sure that I put them on there and still make sure that I classify it as not brand new. Items. What color is the GameCube and N64? Both N64s are the gray, sadly. Nothing too cool. I think they had a green, like a clear green N64, which was really cool. The GameCubes, I have a silver that has a lot of scratches on the top, which I don't think there's a way to buffer that out. And then a purple or blue. I think I might do a completely different live stream of my whole collection. I think that would be kind of cool and show everything off. But I want to make sure that, Mike, you're able to join when I do that. So I got to figure out when. White toothpaste? Yeah, because it's gritty. These are deep scratches for some reason. Like, it's no good. It's no good. I know some very light scratches. Also, Mr. Clean Magic erasers will work. How's it going, Yoshi? Hopefully you're doing well. And then, actually, I went through my little list here of my 3DS games. And I didn't realize I had all these freaking games, man. So I got the Super Mario 2. I got 2 of the Mario Kart 7s. Super Smash, which I paid full price, sadly. And then that Mario Land 3D. And then on this one of my prized possessions is at the top. It's Star Fox. And then I really played the crap out of this Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and then I stopped. That's probably the only RPG I really got into. And then, man, this game, the Mario Tennis, I devour it. I love that game. I tried the Madden Football, which I'm not a big sports game player on games, but it was actually quite entertaining. So after this chat, I'm going to make a video of me shooting a bunch of deer on my Monster Buck Wii game. I can never go hunting. I can't hurt a fly. I can go fishing, and I don't look at them. Yeah, I hear you on that. I am such an urban boy. I can't say city boy. I'm an urban boy. I grew up in the suburbs. I don't hunt. I don't fish. And it's teach their own, you know what I mean? I remember the Wii was my childhood. Yeah, that's 2006, I believe. And that was a big hot item for Christmas time. I remember them selling out. And my math teacher was trying to get it for her kid. The Wii is your childhood. I was a senior in high school when that came out. I was too. Yeah. No? I think didn't you graduate 2008, Mike? I think the Wii was 2006, something like that. The new smart iPhone didn't come out until I think 2006 or 7, I think. Oh, you were 07. Okay. So you graduated quicker than me. Rest in peace to Wii Shop Channel. My daughter's DS XL Pikachu edition was like 300. Yeah, 300 brand new. Imagine what it goes for if you kept it brand new. 900, easy. I found my Game Boy Advance games, which I don't have anything too extravagant. What else? Yeah, it's just nuts. The games that you find, it's nuts. I found a Wii controller, like a gaming controller, because I don't like the Wii, the Wii thing, and you have to point the thing, and so I picked it up for $3 at the thrift shop, and I don't know if I'm even gonna play the Wii. I have no idea what that noise was, but that was kind of interesting. If that was somebody doing something, that's cool. That's kind of weird. I haven't heard that noise. But yeah, it's really strange. Like the Pikachu edition Game Boy Color is very, very sought after as well. I went to that garage, that world's largest garage sale, and I saw an N64 there. No, it was a GameCube that had the attachment to play Game Boy games, and they wanted $100 on that. And I'm going, you got to be kidding me! That's nuts. Because I looked it up, and I think the lowest one, or one of the middle range, was like $120, and I'm not gonna spend $100 to make 10 to 20. That's outrageous. That is not a very good business idea. That's not even 20%. That's like what, 5% money back. I'm not gonna do that. That's ridiculous. But if I was going to collect it, yeah, maybe. But that was just nuts. And they had a Game Boy Pokemon Blue for $15. Looked it up real quick on eBay. Same price. And it's like, I went to a garage sale. You would think a garage sale is like, I'm trying to get rid of my junk. No, these people were legitly trying to sell you their things at eBay prices. And I'm like, I'm a reseller on eBay. What am I doing here? Crap, man. Like, my garage sale that's coming up is all my extras. Like, I don't want this stuff. I have old games and whatnot. N64, PS2, and Wii, my top 3. I agree with the PS2. That's my big childhood. That's not when I started playing games. It's my SNES that I started. That one is my top one, I guess I can say. I have a Game Boy player for GameCube, but I don't have the disc. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You got a PS4? Sadly, I do not. I am so outdated with the newer game systems out. I have a Xbox 360 and a PS3, and I really want to sell those off, but they don't go for any money, as sadly as that is. I even have a 500 gigabyte PS3, so it's like, and the thing is, if I would buy any new system, it would be the Switch, because Nintendo devices usually go up in price as the years go on, if that makes sense. Like, for example, if I just hold on to these in 10 years, they might double what I paid for them. So I got this guy, Mario Kart Deluxe 8, for $24.99 for the Switch. Granted, I do not have the Switch, so I just saw them and I'm like, I'm going to buy it. Sad thing is, I do not have the insert, but I do have the game, which is kind of cool how the games are all set up. You know, it looks kind of... Whoa, hey, thanks for the sub, Adrenal Gaming. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot, and I really want to hold on to that sub too. I appreciate that. Games don't come with inserts anymore. Are you kidding me? Are they that lazy to not do that? That was like the coolest thing too back in the day. So if they don't come with inserts, what is this? What are these clips for? I don't understand what the clips are for. It sucks. Yeah, that's messed up. I can't believe they're going that cheap. That's nuts. Hey, Claychew, what's happening? Yeah, so I got this for 24, and I think it goes for like 30. And then I got this guy, Mario and Rabios Kingdom Battle, correct? Rabbids. Oh, it looks kind of cute. But that's, like I said, if I was going to buy any new game system, it would probably be the Switch, because that price will go up. Or at least the same and get my money back. You buy a Sony product or an Xbox product, it goes down. I don't understand why it does that, because if I try and sell a PS2, I will not even, it doesn't go up in price. But you buy a N64 or an updated, a DS for $200, at least you can sell it used for 150 and get some of your money back. Unlike a PS3 where you buy it for $300, you're barely going to get 150 with a ton of games. So you're losing money on that. Every once in a while you will find out, but 90% of the time you won't see them. That's really messed up. Maybe they're trying to cut costs. I don't even know how much games are anymore. Are they $60 still? I remember back in the day, PS2 games were $50, something like that. That was pretty expensive then. And then they jumped up to 60. I forgot that was a game. Now I see why you're all talking about how the chat flies. You got the weirdest call today. It was a number I didn't recognize. The voice ignored it after that. He sent me this text, but called again. I didn't see the text yet. It said, "You're acting really light." Light skinned, happy birthday, answered your phone. I didn't see that text until after I answered that. He's like, "Hey, what do you..." I like nothing. Who's this? Okay. He said, he recognized my voice. And I was like, now that I don't know who you are. He said your name, Ronnie, right? And I was like, no. He goes, you play Xbox? I was like, no. It's like, I'm sorry, wrong number. Oh, that's interesting. Look for games that look really bad and keep them for a while. Those end up being the most expensive. I believe that. I mean, of course, you got to pick up any, Mario Kart or something like that. And I actually found a SNES RPG Mario game that you were talking about, Mike. That was your favorite game. I actually have that, but I paid up for it. Ooh, $35 at a Goodwill. I guess that's not too much, but $35 on a video game, it's kind of high. So buy all the Barbie games, Mike. The most expensive Wii U game right now is a dumb racing game based off the movie Turbo with the snails. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I don't think I have any Wii U games. I always just keep an eye out, you know what I mean? Is it really? I want to play it sometime. Good evening, sir. Hey, Michael Spear. Sent from Mike Can't Game. Can't wait to see your content. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, I do a lot of thrifting, powerlifting. I love cameras, old school games. I have a video that I'm about to be editing soon. It's going to just be like cinematography and see how well I can do with some music and try and make it inspirational. And I went to the park the other day on Easter. That was kind of nice. Good evening, sir. Yeah, I already read that. Wow, 35 is cheap for that. The game goes for 90 right now. Yeah, that... You're really making me want to go get all my games, but it's getting late, so I'll have to do that maybe tomorrow. I gotta make sure when, Mike, you're not streaming, because I mainly want to do this for you and all the gamer people that may be watching you stream. They can come over here just for every once in a while. I will show all my games off and my systems, because I have like a Sega Genesis, and I have 2 Sega Game Gears. One sounds like there's stuff rattling inside of it. I don't know. Some of this stuff I may not keep. I mean, I have 2 of the same Game Gear. I don't know how to fix one of them, so I may just get rid of it. I'll sell it to maybe somebody on here. $15 plus shipping or something. I don't know. Sounds interesting. Glad I got sent your way. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try my best to make it entertaining. I'm just all over the place with my channel. I'll be doing more cycling videos. I've been trying to train for a 5K, which is a pain in the butt, so I kind of gave up on that. Even though I still can do it, it's just a pain because I went from being a power lifter to now now I'm running. So I can always watch it after, but I definitely want to try and be here live. That's what I'm saying. I am able to be patient enough to wait until you're here to see it live because I want to get your input on it. You know, probably more about the games than I do, but I know that the games are rare, if that makes sense. How was your day, Thrift? It was very, very good. I found this Nintendo DS Lite in the box, $25 with the game and a charger, and it's clean. And here's the biggest thing from the thrift shops that you don't get. It came with the stylus, which all the other ones just don't come with styluses. Even this game, this 3DS, it didn't come with a stylus. Yeah, it's missing one right here. So I'm like, oh, lovely. So just a mess with them. Because I read the text after I had that weird call. I sent a text back saying I only play retro games, by the way. Yeah, I mean, Xbox is okay. I have nothing against Xbox. I have nothing against, PlayStation. They have some really cool games. But at the same time, I'm so thrifty. I'm so cheap. I'm like, I gotta buy something that's gonna make me at least my money back, if not half, in the long run. And I think, buy the Switch. I think there's 2 new Switches coming out or something like that. Buy the Switch when it goes on sale, or buy it used at a pawn shop or something. And buy the Pro controller because I don't think I could ever play on those little dinky things. I mean, I was just talking about how I have this adapter for my game because my hands are big. Because I'm not a 10-year-old kid that has small hands that are able to do this. Came across a copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day for $25. I unfortunately couldn't grab it. Man, that's rough. That's the hard thing, It's like you see a really cool game like that. And I thought I had one as well. I think that's the one where he hit the enemies with a frying pan. Is that right? He was a squirrel and he hit people with frying pans, and it was just a really gruesome game. My favorite DS game is Age of Empires, Age of Kings. It's a turn-based strategy game, kind of niche game. Isn't that like Final Fantasy? I think that's what it is. Final Fantasy, where you have like 3 or 4 different people and you tell them to go, kind of like Pokemon. I think that's what turn-based strategy game. I think that's what that means, right? That's funny. I just got done watching South Park episode Scars for Applause, where they're cutting off their Live Strong bracelets. But what would Jesus do bracelets? Because they were found HGH from the blood on the shroud of Turin. That's interesting. Yes, sir, you got it. It's a raunchy game. Yes, it is. And I actually enjoyed it quite thoroughly, as weird as that is. Because I thought that was the strangest thing. And like the music was all like upbeat. Then he comes around with a big frying pan, just smacks him in the face. And I think there was like parts with like acid or something. Just so gruesome and just so graphic. But I mean, that's the craziest thing. Nintendo never really had a lot of graphic games like that. Nintendo-based games, and when that came out, I think that's why people went crazy. I think Turok, I think I'm saying it correct, Turok was another one with the dinosaurs, a lot of first-person shooters, and Perfect Dark. I actually have Perfect Dark on N64, which I really, really do like. That's a very fun game. Sort of, but kind of chess-like. You move players and build empires. It's pretty fun. I think I've heard of that. Yeah. I think I've heard of that. Yeah, that's like, there's a lot of mobile games that are kind of based on that, where a lot of them have their ships and you tell them where to go. And I think I played something like that. It was with tanks. I think. And you made money and then you built up your castle and things like that. Had the same fun time playing that. Yeah. And I think I was 12, 13. Probably not of good age to be playing it, but I'm not messed up. And that's the thing. That game was edgy at the time, but it never really like messed with us as kids, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm speaking as a almost 30-year-old that, as a kid. Now I see games now, I'm just like, holy crap. And kids are playing this Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty back in the day wasn't as like realistic and things like that, and we didn't have all these school issues and all this BS that's happening around us. So it wasn't something that we really worried about. But I mean, we grew up just fine with Bad Fur Day. Oh man, that was just nuts. There's a new wireless adapter to turn your Nintendo paddles for Super NES and NES. I think I saw that. The Retro Future, really good YouTuber, really good at taking old school Game Boys and things apart and cleaning them and soldering them and fixing them. Is not the best at playing games, and he even says that himself, which fair enough. I still give him respect. But it was quite interesting. He was playing a game through, I think that's what it's called, game through of Zelda on his Game Boy Color. And I'm like, how is he putting the Game Boy Color on his screen on his computer? And I'm like, how are you recording that? He goes, I'm not recording it. And I'm like, well, yeah, I figured that. Somebody said that he has a cartridge that's in the Game Boy Color that is like, it makes his controller into like the big game. And what the heck? Oh, that's I think that's the noise. Yeah, that's the noise of Discord. Yeah, that's the noise of Discord, I believe. I think that's the noise that keeps blipping and blopping. But yeah, I saw that guy and I think that's really cool. Like, there's a lot of things I don't know about. Because I kind of want to do some gaming, but I don't want to do like newer gaming. Like, I mean, the Switch has old school games, of course, but I want to get like N64 out, play some N64 games from the N64 because I don't have any updated consoles. Again, I might save up some money and buy a Switch. I think that would be really, really cool. Emulators. I think that's what it was. I think so. But I don't know how he got that to work. I don't know. He didn't explain it. I'm sitting here going, please tell me. I'm a huge fan. This guy in 2018 lost his job and he had a Patreon. I think he had 4 Patreons and it was $11 a month. So it doesn't sound like it's that much. So $44. And he gave away like a busted up thing. And then a year later, he has 121,000 subscribers. So the thing is, if one video clicks, it just goes off. Like, there's a guy named Caffeine Man. I started watching him. I was his subscriber of like 200, 300. He's at 2,500 right now, and it's been a month. That's because he had one video that went viral at 74,000 views because he was talking about the energy drink Bang, and it just exploded because everybody talks about the energy drink Bang, and he just reviews all caffeine stuff. And the thing is, I think 90% of Americans consume some type of caffeine one way or another, and Caffeine Man's like, man, this is a great niche. I'll try it out. He didn't expect to explode to 2.5, 4,500, subscribers. It was just nuts. I'm playing Nintendo DS on my computer right now while watching. I don't know how you do that, man. All you guys Like, I think it's fascinating that there is emulators and that you can put them on like a SD card, and then you can put that inside a DS card and then put that into the game and play 200 plus games. I mean, I think that's really cool. Like AliExpress has something like that, which I'm trying to find because I want to do some drop shipping with it and make some money on it, but I can't find it. But I'll have to look into it. Yes, N64 Blast from the Past. Oh, for sure. And when you blew in the cartridges where it just messed it up, which it really didn't do much, but we still thought we did. Well, I'm gonna go. It's 11:30. Yeah, it's 11:30 here as well. I have school tomorrow. Yeah, no worries, man. You take care. Thank you for coming by. I rarely do live streams, but when I do, it really makes me want to continue because of your guys' support. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's very, very true, and I do appreciate it. You don't even need the original hardware at all. Okay, so I'm sure you can probably just play the emulators on just your computer. And what was it? PewDiePie was playing a game, Happy something. He was playing a lot of weird games. Wow, some people get a viral video, then chase that their whole YouTube career, trying to get the next one and working hard. Then you got some people who just spew out absolute garbage and have viral. Yeah, after viral. Yep, that sadly is very, very true. But I mean, but the thing is also at the same sentence of what you said, where they get a video that goes viral and they chase that. Sometimes they don't chase that. Sometimes they just appreciate, wow, okay, I got a jump start to my career. I got a jump start. 74,000 people saw this, and he only has 2,500 subscribers. But the thing is, the biggest thing is holding those subscribers. You could easily get a bunch. All right, Greninja, you take care. Thanks so much for stopping by too. So you can have a whole bunch of people flood your account. You can have, big YouTubers shout you out and get a bunch of subscribers. But it's your job and your due diligence to keep those subscribers. And I think that's the hardest thing to do on YouTube, because so many people their minds are so ADD, and it's like they can't focus, and you're like, it's so difficult. Message me after the stream. I'll help you. Yeah, I may check that out. I mean, I like my games here and whatnot. I just haven't played games in a while. So I don't know. I just got one of those nights where it's like I want to clean all my game systems up, you know what I mean? And just play around. Emulation and emulators are a touchy subject and a thin line to walk. I agree with that because they can be fake. Yep. And gaming community, you got some people who are absolutely against emulators, and I knew that people will absolutely love it. Yeah, I think that's true. I think the thing is, as long as the respect and the props go to that source, if that makes sense, because you can easily buy a 1 in 500 or 502 games in one, right? And when you play the game, you go, okay, it's Nintendo, okay, it's Mario, but it's a ripoff. And it's like, well, crap, why? This is a freaking ripoff, because they stole those games. They didn't give credit where credit's due. But then there's some emulators that are really good. I think, what is it, Raspberry Pi, that are good, because then they take, like, somebody has a hard copy of the game and then makes it an emulator. As this guy that I watch on YouTube, he doesn't have any game that he doesn't have a hard copy for, I believe he said. Or he pays for the game or something like that. Having active subscribers. Yeah, and I think that's really, really the tough thing to do, is to keep that retention rate, I believe it is. I might be talking out my butt. I don't know. I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't even have 200, but I mean, I know a little bit enough about how YouTube goes, and it's just so frustrating because you can get there, but it'll go back down. But the thing is, you gotta hit that ceiling and kind of already expect that it'll drop a little bit and then it'll just keep going back up. So I started getting into emulation in 2003. So yeah, you get it. Yeah, you need the physical game for it to not be illegal, but there is no way to track that. Yeah, sadly, that's very true. That's why some of the illegal ones are so glitchy, and it's like you're trying to play the game, and it's a lot of lag. I have a Game Boy Color. I want to take apart, but I don't have a tri-wing screwdriver, which I'll probably have to go find somewhere. Or probably buy it online for maybe $2 or so. Open it up and clean it. But it's like maybe we're so used to like the newer game systems where they're fast acting. I guess it's called PPI or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's like the click of a mouse instantly goes when you hit the click of the mouse. You hit A, you jump instantly. But there's like a split second on old school game systems where you hit that button and it kind of lags. So, I mean, we get so used to fast-paced things. We have touch screen that works instantly when you hit that touch. You know what I mean? So we're kind of spoiled in a sense of our technology that we have. I just seen a video from Pixel Game Squad where they went to a warehouse full of freaking games, and this dude took them in the back and showed them equipment from Nintendo that burns the games. Oh my god. Yeah. And then they probably sell them at a very lower price, and then they make money on it. So that it's such a touchy subject, like you said. So it's like some people think that's great, some people think it's not. Some people say, screw you, Nintendo, for selling it for so expensive. But in reality, I think Nintendo has one of the decently priced gaming systems and games out there. Because you look at Microsoft and you're going, how much was that brand new Xbox One X? What was it, $400 for the console when it first came out? That's ridiculous. Not average people can buy that. Not, and then the game's $60 on top of that. Like, no way. But I think when the Switch came out, it was like 200, maybe 300. So it was a lot less than the Microsoft, which is still an expensive thing. That's why I haven't bought the Switch yet. So it's like, really want to buy the Switch, but my concern is, if I buy the Switch, am I really going to play it that much? I don't know. That's the concern, because I could watch myself buying the Switch and then being stuck on YouTube and watch YouTube videos all day, because that's my entertainment, you know. But games are actually good for you in the sense of cognitive thinking, they say. I don't know. I guess that's a good reason why I got this game, Brain Age 2. Which is kind of cool. I mean, if you've ever played it, I mean, there's Sudoku puzzles that you can play. And then there's one that you can make change. You can make change and learn how to do that. I was a cashier for 5 years at Home Depot. I think I know how to make change. But it is, that's a very, very good thing to learn, because at my gas station, my QT, they ripped, I went in there with my dad one time. They're like, it's $2.35. My dad gave him $5. So how much are you supposed to get back? You're supposed to get $2.35. You do the math, that makes it 65. So 65 cents makes it 3, then $2.65. My dad got $1.65 back. And then we just left. And then I'm like, wait a sec. I think you got ripped off. Because they're so quick. They're so fast at ripping you off. And sometimes they don't do it on purpose, but I don't think they train their employees to screw you over. I don't want to get into what's his name did with the Chuck E. Cheese BS, but I just thought it was kind of interesting how, you got to really know how to count back your money. And I do it way differently than most people. How I just did it there, $2.35, give them a 5. I do the math of filling up a cup. I guess it's hard to explain, because you need 5 cents, the 35, add 5 cents, that makes it 40. And then to make it a full dollar, you need 60. So then that's 65. That $2 turns into 3. So you got 65 and it's at 3. You gave them 5. That's 265. So yeah, it's just something to think about. But yeah, I may stop the stream here, like I was saying, like an hour and a half ago, 45 minutes ago. If I can even sleep, because this light just kills me. I need to get some type of different type of light if I'm going to do late night streams like this. Or try some melatonin. I've never tried that before. I actually am selling some that are probably going to go expired soon. So, I don't know. Watch the video of people that own stores checking people's lottery tickets and telling them that they weren't winners when they're actually 1,000. They were all busted. Oh, that's BS. Come on. That's BS. That's so I cannot watch videos like that. I can't do that. That would irritate me so much. Because then those people that think that they didn't win, they can never go in there and say, hey, but I actually did win. Because they don't know. They don't know. That's so... It really bothers me. That's so frustrating. Glad it came by. Thanks for your time. We'll hit the bell icon and keep an eye out for you in the future. I appreciate that, man. I do. If you like what you see, you can watch my old videos. I will be doing more, like I said. I'm going to take videos off my old channel and re-upload them on here just so I can have a reference when I talk about my bike, because I'm very, very passionate about biking. Because it really does clear your mind. I mean, we all have that one thing that really helps us out in life, especially during depression and things like that. So I think that's really cool that I'm able to share my bike, and the thing is, it looks like it's an expensive bike because it is an expensive bike, but priorities, if that makes sense, because I could easily say, yeah, I spent $2,000 on the bike and altogether I spent maybe $2,300. People go, oh, that's insane. But here's the thing, I don't spend money on anything besides my business, my food, my insurance, bills, stuff like that. So it's like I've rode 1,500 miles in 2 years. So it's like you got to find that one thing that's really cool. And if you're able to buy something like that, then really enjoy it. And I think that's what I'm trying to portray in my channel, street bike or mountain bike. It's like a road, technically a street like bicycle. It's a adventure bike. It's a Specialized A1 by Specialized, so it's an adventure bike, and it has like a carbon fiber fork, but then the rest is aluminum, I believe. So it's a lighter bike, but the tires are not like Tour de France tires, so they're not super thin. They're a little bit more bigger. Not a dirt bike, no, bicycle. Like 1,500 miles of my legs spinning a freaking bike, destroying my legs. How's it going, Pot of God? I know I saw you there. I'm sorry. I got Red Dead Redemption 2 today. Very, very cool. There's an Indian family, and the father that was the owner of the store, he knew nothing about it, and the mother did give the money to the daughter. It was 1,000 winner, and the daughter and the mother went to jail, and the father watched as they took all the lottery stuff out of his store, and he can't sell lottery no more, which is one of the big money makers, and on top of that, a huge fine. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. That one of those one speed kind of bikes. No, it's like, it's hard to explain. It's like, yeah, 12 speed. One of my best bikes I ever had was one that was a prize at the end of a bowling league season, and it was a Columbia, pretty good, 12 speed. It was fast, and you know what. So yeah, it's I gotta find the picture before I get off of here. It's like, it's on my Instagram. It's one of those really, really nice bikes. I guess instead of trying to show it on here, I'll get my phone and show you. But it's it's a very, very fast. It's a very, very fast bike. Um, and just this month, I did 103 miles. So this is my mountain bike. It's a Trek. So it's that one was just 500. And I know I just say just, but I'm really passionate about bikes, of course. Going on the same page with you now. All right, very, very cool. I still want to show you real quick. Um, I gotta show you the most cheekiest one. Man, I watch a lot of English people. I don't even think it's on here. But yeah, that's the bike right there. So like one of those like fancy. I have a big saddlebag in the back because I go on a big trail. It's called the Katy Trail. It goes to 2 or 3 different states. And the pedals are not those pedals anymore because I bought clipless pedals. So that's the updated version of it. As you can see, the pedals are a lot smaller. So I have shoes that go with it. Sadly, they are $100 each. Well, a pair of shoes were $100, and then the clips were $100. And then they're very, very thin tires, as you can see. So I was very, very proud of buying this bike, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go bike. I'm going to bike, and the longest I did was 64 miles. I do not advise doing that unless you're in decently good shape. It just blew me up. I mean, 5 hours sitting on a freaking bike. My ass was so sore, like, and dehydrated. So I came home, almost drank the whole pickle jar juice, just almost drank it all, and had a tomato and put loads of salt, just trying to get that salt back in me, and then a bunch of water. I try not to drink Gatorade because it just, I don't know. Gatorade to me, I just don't like. Propel's not bad, but there's like supplements out there like goos and things like that that you can take, and it really, really helps you. Let's see what I missed. Cool. This bike was about $350, and that was in the late 80s, and that was a lot of money for a bike, at least for a kid anyways. Yeah, that is very true. I had a freestyle. It was called a freestyle. It was like a racing trick bike. It was about $250. Ooh, it was fast. Just like what you're talking about with yours. It's fast, but it was a 1-speed, and it was a welded frame and everything, and it was a very heavy bike compared to my buddies. That was like $100 at Walmart. But it's not the bike that makes you fast. Most times it's you that makes you fast, but it does help to have a very, very nice bike that is geared specifically for speed. If I get on a $8,000 bike, I'll probably go a little bit faster than what I am now, but I have to do the work, and that's the biggest thing there. That's a nice ride. Thank you so much. I think I did read that, but I do appreciate that. Like I said, I worked really hard. I'm a seller on eBay and Amazon paid me very, very well that December. So I'm like, I want a nice bike. I'm tired of a mountain bike because it's like when I was a bodybuilder. I would have to do 8 to 12 reps of something. And I'm like, this sucks. I want to actually struggle. Give me some heavy ass weight. Let's go. So I wanted to push myself like that, just like with running. I'm tired of running only 2 miles. Let's go 6. So I got on a mountain bike, and my mountain bike I showed you, man, I was only going, 8 miles per hour. Wasn't going very fast, was barely even hitting 20 miles, which destroyed my heart because I'm like, oh, this sucks. And it's like, after a while, it really wears you down. So then I'm like, all right, well, let's go get a very, very nice bike. And this is kind of like that hybrid in between carbon fiber frame and the front spokes fork, which makes it a lot lighter. But if it's an completely carbon fiber and you crash your bike, say goodbye to your bike because carbon fiber bends like no other. That's hot. The colors are nice. I appreciate that. And my my lycra, I guess that's what they call it. My shorts that you actually wear because there's padding on there. Thank God, because sitting on that saddle, excuse me. Oh, it hurts. It's red stripe on the side, and my helmet's a specialized, and it's all black. Always wear a helmet when you go bike, please. Like, you don't look nerdy, you don't look goofy, and if people say crap to you, just ignore them, because you know what? You're wearing that helmet because of them, because they're assholes, and they could easily run you over and kill you. So wear that helmet. Be the smarter one out there. Who cares? No gel seat. Nope. This is a gel seats are kind of bulky. If that, yeah, it's comfortable for what it is. My mountain bike seat is a little bit more comfy. It's not as bad. Oh, here's a better picture of it. So the red in the back. And then I have my light that I use. Sometimes I think it's 1500 lumens. Freaking bright. Almost as bright as the motorcycles. But yeah, those the saddles are not very comfortable for riding for a very long time. But the padding, I'll show you if you like. I'm gonna get off of here soon, but that'll be my last thing. I miss biking. Did a lot while I lived in Arizona. Was in an accident. Have a disc bulge issue I'm dealing with though. Hopefully one day. Ooh, that's rough. Are you even able to do maybe a stationary bike? Then you can still kind of, get out there, or a bike. I did see one guy kind of sitting in like a car seat type thing, and he was sitting, and it was just his legs, and he was still outside biking. So maybe if that helps. Mine was white with a little red, and it was gorgeous, and I had 2 leather white wraps around the handlebars. Very, very cool when I got it. That thing boogie. Yeah. How much does your ride weigh? I think 10 pounds, 8 pounds. I never really weighed it. It's pretty light for a road bike like that. Believe me, everybody needs to wear a helmet. I tell people that when I see them out on the streets and stuff, I've seen some stuff like my ex, her father was, a motorcycle he had his helmet on, but that's what protected his head. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's rough. I use a stationary for physical therapy. Very, very cool. At least you're getting some type of enjoyment. It's not really enjoyment because it's physical therapy, so that's kind of the bummer there. But at the same time, that's very, very nice that you're able to get out there or get on a bike and get those legs moving, because that is so nice. I think that's just so freeing. That bike is nice. Damn, I'm jelly. Dude, I worked my ass off. I didn't buy anything for myself. I've been using the same phone for 3 years. That's been paid off. I don't have a new car payment. I don't have anything like that. So all I spend my money on is my business, food, and bills. That's all I did. And then I'm like, you know what? That's a very nice bike. I'm going to get that. And then the pants were like $60, which was still expensive. But you know what? There is really no price to something that you really love and have passion for when you have the money to do it. And that's what I did. I'm like, I'm going to take this opportunity to take this money that I have that could be going to my business, but I'm going to use this for fun. But yeah, just drank like a gallon of grape juice. Big mistake. Why do I do dumb things? I don't know why you do dumb things. Well said. Yeah, with the site, with getting out there and riding, I think that's what you're talking about. I'm talking 10 miles a minute. But I think that's the biggest thing, is just to get out there and just move. I mean, just move. And it's sad, some people don't realize that just moving feels good after a while. But I've been there where I'm just like, I don't want to get out of bed. This sucks. Because it's that first jump that sucks. Because it's hard to explain. I consider it as like a painful type of thing, and it's not really painful. It's like, I don't want to get out of bed, but then you have to have something that excites you. Me is coffee or some type of caffeine in the morning, or my oatmeal with peanut butter or something like that. Just something to spark that up and to just get a routine. And then when the routine happens and you get to those points where you're like, I just want to stay in bed, or I don't want to go for that walk, or I don't want to get on the bike or something like that, it's like you're so stuck in that routine that you just go. I have a routine. I go to the gym, and even though I may not do a very, very good session at the gym, at least I went, at least I did a little bit. And it's like, that's me. So maybe it's if somebody else has a different situation where they don't go to the gym, and they don't want to do the physical things, then they may do something different. Maybe they want to do something that will help their mental state, and maybe playing a game. Maybe drawing would be good for them. So there's a lot of things out there that can really help boost your mood. And I think that's a big thing to really try and consider, because it's rough. My winter was shit. I will not hide that or deny that. It was very, very bad this last winter that I just got so depressed. So it's like I try and get on live streams and make YouTube videos because it does help, because there's a community out there that has been doing that. There's a big biking community around us, hospital down here. It's one of the best in the United States. People fly from all over across the country to get treated here. There's bikers big time, and don't usually go that way because every time the crosswalk around the hospital takes 1,000 people to cross, and it takes forever to get from one light to the next. But I was lucky that day. While standing at the light waiting for the people, I watched two bikers, oh no, to each other and get into a fight. It was the best, funniest thing I've seen. As long as they were not hurt, but still, man, that's rough. I get that. I used to be a distance runner as well. And they were always those days where you didn't feel it. I know. Sadly, you can kind of see one of my bibs. That was a 10K race. I have 3. I have 2 10Ks and 1 5. So I know how long distance running goes. It hurts so bad the first mile, as you know. And that's the hardest thing. And you're just like, I gotta run a 5K today. I gotta run a 10K today. I gotta run 8 miles today. That first mile, you get that stitch in your side. You're just like, man, this sucks. My breathing is out of whack. I'm lacking my form because I'm twisting. I gotta get back into this. Music's not helping. So then you gotta just focus on that breathing and really find that, I guess, Happy Gilmore happy place. How's it going, Lydia? I saw you coming in. Hopefully you're having a fantastic night. I'm not going to stay on too much longer because I have been on here 2.5 hours. As an hour ago, I was going to stop, but then a whole bunch of people came on and got me talking about things that I'm very passionate about, which I cannot stop doing that because it's not that easy. I know this is a funny statement and kind of off the wall, but I feel like a Superman because the only thing that gives me strength is the sunlight. It makes me just move because of the vitamin D, for sure, because after the winter time, vitamin D is, or during winter time, you don't get a lot of sunlight because you don't go outside a lot, so it really sucks. But the runner's high is worth it when you get to that level. Oh gosh, yes. I think it took me 4 miles before I hit that. I mean, it takes a while, for sure. But then when you get that high, it's really hard to explain to other people that have never had it. It's like you're floating. Would you say that, Michael? You're kind of floating. You don't feel your legs moving, but you know they're moving because you look around and you see you're moving. But it's like that huge endorphin rush, and you're like, oh man, this is nice. This is cool. No pain, nothing. You're moving. That's the weirdest thing. I got to be honest, with all the arthritis and pinched nerves and everything else going on with me physically, I need my marijuana. It's just the best thing. My pain, peace of mind. And for anybody without arthritis, they probably watch them commercials and shit and a bunch of babies with some icky fingers, a sore pain neck, whatever. Just have no idea painful arthritis is. I do understand that. The thing with arthritis is you got to keep moving. Got to keep moving. You can't just stay still because that's going to make it 10 times worse. That's like, not to be gross, you're sitting on the toilet too long, you get up and you have a Charlie horse. Well, you got to walk that Charlie horse out because you sat too long. So you got to keep moving, get that blood flow. You got to keep moving. Marijuana will help for so much, but after a while, you got to just keep moving. That will help your body keep. That our bodies are meant to move. They're not meant to just be sedentary. Our ancestors and whatnot, we had to go and hunt our food. We had to move. We had to walk. We never had cars. With our genius minds, we made technology into cars where we can just sit for 10 minutes, get somewhere, get whatever we want, and take it for granted. When sadly, we should not take everything for granted. We should go, wow, I really appreciate that I live 10 minutes away from a gas station where I can get my caffeine fix. I would agree with that. It is a weird, euphoric thing. Yeah, for sure. I guess that kind of happens with cycling. Kind of. Like in the middle. So I come home and then it's excruciating pain because of all the lactic acid that are filling up my large quads that I have built over the years with powerlifting. Because I got up to 365 squat and it's just, my legs were just so muscular from it. And then I go on to biking and I'm ripping them up, essentially. Bipolar hurts worse in winter, for sure. I know how that goes. I'm not bipolar, but I know. The one downfall, lactic acid. And that's how a lot of cyclists and runners get away with a lot of things. They know how to they're born with a higher VO2 max and ATP, which is all jargon. A lot of people don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Let's just say they can get more oxygen into their blood better than you and I. So they can flush out the Bernie burns so then they can runny run and bikey bike, pretty much. Because when you run, your legs burn because of the lactic acid, because it's trying to protect your muscles from deteriorating themselves, but you're trying to push yourself to keep going. So it's like a safety mechanism your body's telling you. But I watched somebody on cycling and that they did, what was it? 60 miles? No, they did 30 miles in an hour cycling. And they talked about it. Their wattage was like 600 watts of power for a pure hour. That's madness. That's a lot of pain. I mean, sprinters can get up to like 1200 watts and they can get their bikes up to maybe 60 miles per hour or so. But for an hour to go 30 miles per hour without slopes or anything, this was a round track, and it was this lady that did it, and she was about to stop at the last minute. Like, it's excruciating pain. It's hard to explain. I mean, running, I know the pain of shin splints and all that bullshit. Like, I get it. Your back starts hurting and your muscles and all that stuff, but when you bike, you're holding yourself up, and at a point where you just your abs and your core just can't hold you up anymore. So it's like you're leaning on, and that's not safe either. And you have to keep your neck up and look up, because when you put your head down, that feels better, but at the same time you can crash and fall into somebody, and that's going to hurt 10 times worse. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love the chat when you're chatting about stuff you like and all that. It was a nice pick-me-up instead of the dreary way the chat was ending with just me and you. Yeah, I think it was nice. See spit and glass. See spit and glass. I don't know what that means, but yeah, spit and glass. Just spit and glass. Exactly. I know what you're saying. So I'm actually going to call it a night here. It's been a nice 2 hours and 40 minutes. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much, Michael, for joining my my channel. I guess I don't call my subscribers family. I call you all my friends because friends have each other's back just like family, but family just seems kind of odd to me, if I'm being honest. I'm going to be very, very honest how kind of creepy that sounds, Just saying. Because families fight, friends just kind of get over it. But none of the less, I digress. I think saying my YouTube friends is kind of really cool, It's like your friends. You talk about anything and everything. And I guess you can do that with family, but sometimes you can't. Some people can't do that. Some people can't talk to their family openly, but they talk to their friends openly. And that's kind of where I want my channel to go. I want you to all feel safe and comfortable with me, and I will talk about anything and everything with zero judgment. Zero judgment. Unless it's something like you're breaking the law or something. But then again, something obscure, that would be kind of a little judgment. But overall, I'm very open-minded, and I want everybody to be comfortable. So I was born and raised in Rochester, New York, right next to Kodak, and watched them on the world at one time, and then absolutely become a shell of what they used to. Yeah, I get what you're saying, for sure. So I'm getting tired. I'm going to end it here. Again, thank you so much, Arcade Chaos, for being here. Michael Spears here. I appreciate that. I saw that, who else all came in? Lydia came in, and Mike Can't Game. Thank you so much. Pot of God, thank you so much. I know I see your name wrong, but I kind of like how I say it like that, because I remember you very well. Buildable was here, same thing as Clay Chew. So thank you all so much for being here, and you all have a fantastic night as well. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.